with it today. You see what I'm saying now? The word more, and the sacred connection to Naga, both being serpentine, both being connected to the dragon. The word more, the serpent, the dragon can also take many forms. It can take full human form. Now, when we're talking about the Moor, we're going to see that the O-R, which you can even find in Gorgon, in Moor, is just no different than Naga, is referring to a serpentine origin. So one can still be the dragon and be in human form. Don't deal with it today. Don't deal with it today. You see what I'm saying now? Now, both the dragon and serpent are zoomorphic totems of the sun. The fire that's emanating from the dragon is solar energy. You see what I'm saying? It is solar energy, and in us, that's what it's called, the solar plexus. Okay, you got an inner sun and an outer sun. The dragon can also morph, and you see right there, you see morph, that the dragon can morph into many different forms. So metamorphosis is a characteristic of the dragon, which you also find more in that. You see what I'm saying? So the dragon can also morph into other animals such as owls and lions, etc. You see, and then you also see the winged serpent. And then you're going to also see the feathered winged serpent, like you see with Quetzalcoatl. You also see the dragon as the phoenix, griffin, and sphinx. Don't deal with it today. Don't deal with it today. You see what I'm saying now? Okay? Now, of course, we're gonna deal with Or, which is rooted in Moor. And you understand what I'm saying? And here is a lot of other words that have a serpentine origin, organic, origin, Ouroboros. The word Moor, which is the serpent with his tail in his mouth, Orion, orbit. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you look at Ouroboros, that's the coiling spiral of the galaxy. So you see also orbit is in there. Born, because we're dealing with creation. When you're dealing with origin, you're dealing with creation. You're dealing with the word more. Don't deal with it today. Don't deal with it today. You see what I'm saying now? Don't deal with it today. Don't deal with it today. You see orb when we dealing with the magical art. You also dealing with lore. You understand what I'm saying? Which is, you dealing with he who wields power. And, you'll see many of the dragons with crowns on, oracle, and also gorgon. The word more. But you have to understand the occult meaning. The word more, meaning to move from level to level and to advance, because we're talking about eternal energy. Going and evolving and developing and moving from one stage to the next. Just as the serpent sheds its skin, it moves, it becomes reborn. And also again, born, we see the OR being reborn to metamorphosize and become anew. It's the word more. But you have to understand the occult meaning. The word more is symbolic of serpentine energy. We're talking about infinite. We're talking about eternal energy and power. And so you see Morpheus, god of dreams. And so you see that the dragon can also enter into your dreams. And you're going to see other words that show how the dragon can move from the various worlds, in and out of different worlds. So you also see more metamorphosis. The word more. But you have to understand the occult meaning. The word more. You see, so we're saying that more with and with the suffix of or is also of serpentine origin. When you see the serpent in ancient Egypt, it's symbolic of the gods. The dragon with the crown on, symbolizing royalty. This is where you get the Negus Nagas, the king of kings, the king of kings. And he was also called the Dragon King, the king of kings. The word Moor, which is, also coming, is a zoomorphic form of the sun. You see what I'm saying? Just as the dragon, just as many of the serpents that you see in ancient Egypt will have the sun disk on top of the head. The dragon is the serpent. So you see the serpent that's sitting on the crown of many African kings, where you get the Negus Nagas, the king of kings, the king of kings. That he was also called the Dragon King, the king of kings. You see what I'm saying? It's a zoomorphic form of us as a people. You see what I'm saying? And when you understand that the serpent and the dragon are only zoomorphic totems, and that is speaking of you. You see the Moor, and you see the double-headed phoenix, which is also symbolic of the dragon. You see what I'm saying? Because in Metamorphosis, the dragon can become almost anything. And you will see that the phoenix, the sphinx, the griffin is all different versions of the dragon. You see, the word Moor is a zoomorphic form of us as a people. You see what I'm saying? You see? Then you get the griffin. And so the dragon can manifest in many forms. You see Typhon of Greek mythology, the winged serpent, coming out of ancient Egypt, Ophiuchus. The 13th sign, the serpent bearer. And you can, with the owl, and as the dragon can also be symbolized by the owl. You see, and so you see the dragon also with the sun disk at the top. Now and you're going to see that that's where you get what you call the dragon egg or the dragon pearl. This is the egg in which hatched and the sun was born. The word Moor is a zoomorphic form of us as a people. You see what I'm saying? Energy and that magic is emanating from the sun. And so when you look at the Nemesis crown of ancient Egypt, it is the hood of the king cobra. That's what it is, representing the warrior king poised to strike. But when you see also seraphim, which is symbolic of fiery serpent, which is the highest stage of the 9 choirs of angels. They the most powerful, the powerful stage of the angels. You see the serpents behind the head of Medusa is the same as the serpent behind the head of Buddha, or from the pineal gland of the Pharaoh. Even in Nubia, you see the twin serpents at the top of the crown, symbolic of the feminine and masculine halves of the brain. But not only that, but the feminine masculine energy in the universe. Mastering both halves. Becoming Lord, becoming deity. The serpentine chakra system with the spine symbolic of the Kundalini, when all the 7 chakras are in alignment and are fully charged and are open, and the energy is flowing from top to bottom, bottom to top. You become the Lord, you become deity, you become God-like. And so organs that are aligned to those chakras is also in serpentine manifestation. Now, Moor and Naga occult serpentine etymology for divine black people. Now, the word Moor is a zoomorphic form of us as a people. You're going to see that the winged serpent of ancient Egypt became the dragon of East Asia. You see what I'm saying? Now, many of these suffixes and prefixes, and sometimes they're found in the middle of the word that designate that this is a serpentine word. Going to some of these terms serpentine etymology along with the word Moor, and so that we understand the true meaning of the word Moor, okay? And so you see Ouroboros, and O-R, then Ori, O-R-I, or, like in Moor, you understand? And so also we see organic, related to or derived from living matter. We're living matter. When you look in the, so we're organic in all our creation and existence. And so you're going to see also rooted in Moor is morals. Okay? And then one who lacks morals is a moron. You see what I'm saying? So you see even in that moral, just like in Ethiopia, you see ethics, the branch of knowledge that deals with moral principles. So rooted in Moor ethic, Ethiopia ethics, morals, and even a Moor, which means love. You know, even a Moor is symbolic of love. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? All serpentine. You see what I'm saying? To the serpent, which is a symbol of creation. You know, out of the water came life. Out of water and life and the creation of life is always connected to water. And so both the serpent and the wave of the ocean and seas move in serpentine energy. And so you always see the Naga is also connected to the water. And so you see origin. You see origin. And many dragons and serpents are identified, just like the Ouroboros, with the creation of the cosmos. And so when you see the galaxy is moving in a coil, a spiral, and out of spiral comes spirit. You see, this is the manifestation of spirit in the coil. And once it's understood from a scientific point, you'll see that everything that is generated as far as energy on this planet and above this planet and below this planet is moving in a serpentine coil energy in a spiral. And so out of origin you get aura, Jinn. You see your aura is also emanating from what? It's emanating from your Kundalini energy, from the root to the crown chakra. You see what I'm saying? And so you see here that along the spine is the platform for the Kundalini energy. You see? And so this is what, if all the chakras are open and the energy is flowing from one chakra to the next, then you have a powerful aura. If all your 7 chakras is aligned and open, and your system is fully charged, then it charges in the solar plexus. That's the fire within, which gives you the will, give you the determination. You understand? To bring to reality, manifestation, the cosmic information that appear within the pineal, that appear within the brain, the consciousness. This gives you the will to bring it to manifestation. So you see, the fire that emanates from the dragon is solar energy. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? All serpentine. You see what I'm saying? Understand that music, and you see the serpent, you know, as it moves and sways from side to side, as it listens to the tunes of the flute. You see what I'm saying? All serpentine. So even in that, you're talking about portal. And so this is the dragon able to move through and out of different, you know, spectrums of existence, you know, different areas of existence. People can call it an astral projection or this, that, and the third, but they can, you know, the dragon can move from the physical to the spirit, to the spiritual plane. And many other planes that's unknown to the average mind. You see what I'm saying? So you see portal is also in serpentine and origin. So the spirit is spiral, and the serpentine spiral represents a cosmic portal to the creative force. Within portal is teleportation. Is you see what I'm saying? All serpentine. And when we talk about the spirit, which is spiral, that serpent, he coils right there at the pineal to show that that's the area which we call the portal. This is where he teleport in his mind. You know, in the meditation of the mind, you can tap into the cosmic library and retrieve information. You see what I'm saying? That can be used on the planet for your embetterment. Where you go and you receive information, but see, that's going from one world, and you have to be able to see into the next world. You know, our people have had, a great intuition and inner spiritual energy that gives them the ability to be able to move and morph from one plane to the next. Showing that we are the solar race, showing that we are the serpentine race, that we are immortal. And this is the fire that emanates from us and also emanates from the dragon. And so many kings and queens were identified as the dragon. A lot of people see it as a demon because they're going to demonize so that you won't understand the prophecy and you won't understand the true divine meaning of these symbols. They're very powerful prophecies that are connected to these terms, and that it's up to you to fulfill the prophecy. You see, even the return of the dragon is referring to black people, with the dragon also representing the serpent, which is symbolic of the immortality of the Christ consciousness. The word more is the return of the African consciousness of immortality. So when we say return of the dragon, we're talking about the return of that Christ consciousness. Return of the Jedi is also one of those symbolic mottos of prophecy of black people. Return of the Jedi is also return of the dragon. And it is also the rapture or the second coming of the black woolly-headed Christ in Revelations. So when you're talking about the return of the dragon, and once you understand the dragon is the serpent, and the serpent is symbolic of immortality, immortal Christ consciousness, then you begin to look at these terms with a more deeper significance. So even that the Pharaoh was symbolic of the king cobra, which is also the dragon. So the return of the dragon is return not only of the Christ consciousness, but our people to the throne of sovereignty. You understand? And a rulership on the planet. It is also the rapture or the second coming of the black woolly-headed Christ. Now, return of the dragon today is identified as global warming. You see what I'm saying? It's already been prophesied that this is the solar baptism and detox that will purge the earth of all parasites. Okay? It's going to be, the purging of a particular type of people at that time. And they understand that, but they refer to it as Ragnarok. They refer to it as the rapture or global warming today. It is also the rapture or the second coming of the black woolly-headed Christ and child that is, born, into the world, again, a resurrection of this divine race, serpentine race. It is also the rapture or the second coming of the black woolly-headed Christ. And so even when you see the serpents there, and we understand we've seen Osiris represented, when you look at the Pharaoh, you're looking at Osiris. And so what is the metamorphosis? When you go through the embalming aspect of the body and bandages, which is the cocoon. And out of that cocoon will come the spirit, the ka, the resurrected or the reborn spirit of that individual. And